My mic wasn't even on.
You're so stupid, dude.
Bro, I'm not...
You're not a professional. You're bad at your job. You're bad.
I didn't know my mic wasn't on.
You and this throw, you're just bad at your job.
Bro.
Is it on now? Is it on now?
It is on now.
Is it recording this now?
It's now recording. Okay.
God damn. Welcome to Deadass or Dumbass Podcast, where you can get all your political analysis. I'm Dylan.
I'm Finn. Okay. We have some goofy news stories, but we can't get through all of them because, like, a ton has happened.
Yeah.
But, like, it's all very dumb. There's so much nothing burger that has happened in the recent news cycle.
I mean,
so
I wouldn't
much
say
has
that.
So much has happened, but, like, it feels like nothing's happened. It feels...
I think we've had a very... Okay, so to be fair, since now and of us recording this and the last pod, we've gone through, like, multiple news cycles.
Yeah, right? there's been a lot that's happened.
Like the one by the way, I went to St. Augustine. Did I tell you that? That's why I wasn't here last week.
Oh, okay.
By the way, St. Augustine, beautiful city. Absolutely wonderful. I think if you're into architecture, I would visit St. Augustine.
Great.
As a very distinct, like, Gilded Age style. It's very cool.
I'm glad we have a sponsored piece.
That
Fantastic.
but the news cycle. Yeah, this is sponsored by the Board of Tourism of St. Augustine, oldest city in America.
Okay. I just feel stupid, bro.
Shout out to my boy Ponce de Leon. You know. Hey, you know he did good things. Only good things.
We're a political news podcast.
What? You can be into history.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, we don't have enough time to cover everything that's happened in the news cycles, plural, but we cut some for time, so we're just gonna go over them very quickly now.
So, the first one we have is that RFK Jr. removed all the members of the CDC panel advising U.S. on vaccines.
Is that the captured?
What?
That what we're looking at?
No.
No, you're not want to show that one?
No.
Okay.
Well, we'll just show the videos.
Oh, just the videos and or the images too?
No.
Because I sent you some. Why did I send you the images? Whatever.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to pull it up so
you're
I could
a consummate professional, you know.
Okay. I'm glad we're still having the super unstructured podcast format that you all love.
It's not intentional. We do a lot of prep for it.
Okay. He removed all the members of the vaccine advising panel, and which is super cool. And then he said he will be taking over everything about that, and he said it needed to be purged. He said it needed to be a clean sweep, needed to reestablish public confidence in vaccine science. I'm not sure what that means. I think they were doing fine beforehand. You know, I got my booster a while ago, and I'm okay now. So, I think they were doing fine, but I guess I'm gonna have, polio in the vaccines now, so...
Well, you know what they say. When it comes to science, always trust RFK Jr. He's a genius.
That is... Yeah, that's the saying. Okay. Next one.
Wrongly deported Salvadorian man, that's Abrego Garcia, returned to U.S. charged with human smuggling.
So, we found out Gilmore Abrego Garcia is being returned after Salvador finally said, okay, you've been good boy, you can have him back now. And I guess U.S. still hates him, I guess, for being returned. So we're immediately charging him with human smuggling.
Yeah, I don't know what they don't actually have a plan here.
They don't.
Because they messed up in the first place. Because one of the guys from the, I think it's one of the guys in the admin, not a named guy, but a lower level, he admitted, attorney admitted that he was mistakenly deported. And so they're bringing him back in after refusing for a while to follow the Supreme Court's order to bring him back. And then bringing him back just to charge him with a crime. He didn't smuggle anyone.
No, I can almost guarantee
he
probably didn't.
The only evidence they have is police footage, body cam footage of when he was pulled over in, I think, Tennessee, for because he had 9 people in his van, but he said he was working, and he definitely was working, right? That's not evidence to be indicted for human smuggling, right?
For human smuggling,
that means anyone who ever carpooled
Yeah.
You could be indicted for human smuggling.
Yeah, and they're also charging him with something like this because it means if he is guilty on all counts of human smuggling, it means he can just get deported again back to Salvador.
Yeah.
So
Hey, upside though. Upside. We know he's alive, which is good.
We know he's alive.
We don't know that. We didn't know that for a lot of the people that are in El Salvador.
We did have for a lot of the people in El Salvador. Sure.
So we know that he's alive. That's good. And at least he's hypothetically going to get a court hearing, you know?
Yes, that is true. And
Though,
he will hopefully be able to see his family after a long time. There's a chance.
Who knows with this admin? You know? They might just break the law.
Yeah.
Because they're playing political. They're playing a game of political chess with this guy's life at this point, you know.
But at the very least, he is out of the Salvadorian prison. That is what we know. Yeah. Or he is going to be getting out of it. Because I don't know when they're going to be releasing him.
Okay.
But he is going to be coming back, and when he comes back, he's being charged with human smuggling. Next, we have activists demand Schumer to delete Trump-Iran taco post. So this is kind of a nothing burger. But Schumer essentially posted that Trump is bad and we hate him, and
this is June 11th. Schumer's two news cycles behind with the taco thing.
With the taco thing, yeah.
The taco thing's 2 news cycles away.
Maybe
3.
If you don't know what taco means, it's the new saying that internet people came up with, and it just means Trump always chickens out.
I thought it was like stock people. I thought it was people on the stock market.
I guess it could be that too.
Or someone made it. I don't know.
Yeah, and funny enough, I remember a reporter came up to him and asked him about it, and at first Trump was like, yeah, I'm not really too sure about that, and then
he got mad. The more he talked about it, because he drones on with the answers. Yeah, he got like, hey, I'm actually really mad right now. And he starts yelling at the reporter. That's a nasty question.
That is a terrible question.
Nasty.
Yeah, I hate
very
mean.
Service. Very mean.
Yeah, it's so dumb because it was like slowly he was figuring out that it was an insult on him. The more he talked about it.
I think he always realized it was an insult. He just like...
I don't think he knew it was an insult. Because
Trump always chickens out. He knew it was an insult.
I don't think... No,
he knew.
I definitely don't think so.
He definitely knew.
He said taco. Yeah, she said taco. And
no,
then
but she said what taco means, though.
Did she?
Yeah. But how else would that make sense?
But still, I don't think he saw it as an insult at first because he was like, because he was like super passive.
I think he tried to
shake undecided.
It off. I think he tried to shake it off at first because he was like, "Oh, who gives a shit?"
But then he got really mad over it.
Yeah, he was like, "I give a shit." Hey, I'm really mad right now. Yeah, and it's kind of scary to see the most powerful man get so upset by that.
It's super dumb.
Next thing is Trump's travel ban. That happened at the beginning of.
Well, let me just say what Schumer said after.
Boo.
Okay.
Boo. I told you not to put this one in. This one sucks. You said it was a stinker.
If Taco Trump is always folding on Iran, the American people need to know about it. No side deals. I think that was the entire post.
Wow, he's finally standing up to him.
I know. It is really good. So there are valid reasons. Negotiations aimed at ensuring Iran can't weaponize its nuclear program and preventing war deserve support, not political attacks. It's good. Oh, was this in his letter?
This was a strongly worded letter he sent to Trump.
Yeah. On Wednesday, sending out the social media post accusing the minority leader of acting profoundly reckless on Iran. Wow, that's good. I think that's the most he's insulted someone else on. That's like.
And he's gonna delete it, by the way. He's going to surrender.
Okay.
Is that it? You done?
Okay. Yes. Fine. Yeah. And then he said, "Oh no!" They sent the letter to him, and then he was like, "Please put that down. Please don't do this." And then that was it. That was the entire thing. Schumer actually said something, and then people were like, "No, please don't say that about us." And then I think he deleted the post. So that's it.
Do you have the Trump travel ban map that I sent you on Discord?
Which one?
It's the bottom one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me bring this up.
I need the visual aid.
Okay.
The audience needs the visual aid. They deserve it.
They deserve it?
Yeah. Or are you saying they don't deserve it, Finn?
Yeah.
Can you start playing crowd noises where it seems like the audience is actually cheering for me?
Okay.
We love you.
No, I'm not doing that.
You could do this pod by yourself. Okay, so this is Trump's travel ban. He announced, I think a week ago, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
A little over a week ago, and so it's mainly targeting, where you can see Middle Eastern and African nations, and
Well, people
Haiti.
on Spotify, just explain it. What is he even doing? I've never seen this.
So he's doing a full ban. I'm just gonna list the countries. He's doing a full ban, which is no one can travel there from that country to America or back there and travel back.
Oh, you can't. Oh,
So you can't
like,
visit. So if you're like Libyan, you can't visit your relatives in Libya or Chad or Congo. Why is it just the Congo? That's not the name of the country. Equatorial Guinea, Sudan, Eritrea, Somalia, Burundi, Iran, Afghanistan,
Myanmar.
or it's Myanmar, also known as Burma, or Haiti. For no reason.
You can't.
There's
can't go to
nothing wrong
Haiti.
with Haiti. I like Haiti.
I thought Haiti was kind of cool.
And he's doing a partial ban on Cuba, love Cuba, Venezuela, Sierra Leone. I'm getting their vote. Togo, Turkmenistan, and Laos. So this is just bullying, right?
Yeah.
Like he did this in this first term, if you remember, with like the Muslim ban.
Yeah. Okay. So
he's just doing the same thing, but like now it's more inclusively racist. You know?
Okay. Right. He also did a full ban on Yemen. I don't know if you said that one.
Did I say Yemen, poorest country in the world?
Yeah.
They've had it too good for too long, frankly.
Yeah.
Yemen.
Yeah. Too many people are coming from Yemen.
Yeah.
You know, I think we have like a 0% player base in the U.S. right now of Yemen people.
Yeah. Well, the most contact the U.S. government has with Yemen is usually bombing them. So.
True.
So,
yeah. So you
my
know,
sympathies.
Right now, we're looking pretty good.
My sympathies to the people who have family members or live in those countries.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, because you can't go back now.
Because you can't visit your relatives.
Yep.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, that's awful.
What's next? Wait, I have other stuff.
What do we have? What else do we have?
I have live action Lilo and Stitch. I wanted to cut that one for time.
You have. Oh.
I wrote this down on the notes app.
Okay.
So the live action Lilo and Stitch came out. It made a bunch of money.
Did it actually do well?
It did. Well, yeah, they always do well.
Well, okay, sure.
But
like, is it like an actually good movie, or did people just
no?
Go to see
It's
it?
not good.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a question for you, and everyone else who's listening. This is the bubble that I spend my time with too many of the same people, and this is just a bubble I live in. I don't know a single person in the last 5 years who have seen a Disney live action remake, but they make so much money. Who is seeing these movies? Finn, do you know who's seeing these movies?
I actually don't know.
Is it just divorced dads? Maybe. How many are there out there? $6 million? Come on, are you kidding me? Are they seeing it more than once? I don't get it. And most people aren't seeing them in the movie theater. They're seeing them on Disney Plus. So do they count the subscription money? Maybe, I don't know. No, they have to be counting the money that you spend on Disney Plus to see it early. I don't get how is this making money.
I don't know.
So
I don't know. I actually don't know.
What I've gotten from reviews, and this is not from anyone who's seen it. So take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. What I've gotten from reviews is it's sort of just it's like a worse version of the original movie, because obviously.
Well, right. Because it's a live action.
It's a remake.
Well, yeah.
Nothing they could have done, even if they did a really good job from the production, and this is not a complaint for the director or anyone like that, or anyone who worked on the movie. Even if they tried their best, there is no chance that they were ever going to make the movie better than the original.
Well, right. I don't know why they did, but
money.
It obviously wasn't successful.
Money. That's the reason.
Well, right, but but then that comes back to your point of I don't know who's going to watch it.
People someone watched it, for God's sake.
Yeah, but what's the reason? Why? Why wouldn't you just go on Netflix and just go watch the original Lilo and Stitch?
I heard someone describe it being This is for the new generation. This is for Gen Alpha, right?
There's no way. Is there like
But I don't
Subway
even
Surfers
get-
next to it or something?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's not brain rot. This is like for the new generation to introduce this story, right? But I don't get it because like okay. Lilo and Stitch came out in like 2000. It came out the year I was born. I wasn't watching it when it came out, but I still liked it, right? I still love that movie.
Well,
I don't get
it's a
why
really
you would
good
just
movie.
watch the movie again.
Right.
You know? What did previous generations do
Because
with
now,
other movies like that?
I'm getting scared. I'm honestly getting scared. Because there's a good chance
They're
that
gonna
they're gonna make like a live action of Wall-E, and I'm getting really scared.
Oh, don't even say that, Finn. That's messed up.
Wall-E is one of my favorite.
I love Wall-E.
Is one of my
It came
favorite
out the
movies.
year I was born, actually.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But like,
That sucks for you.
okay.
Too late.
But like,
Dude, I love
I'm
Wall-E.
getting really scared because Wall-E's one of my favorite movies, and if they make a live action, they're gonna butcher the hell out
But
of it.
it's Pixar, though. Have they done a live action Pixar remake?
I don't know actually.
Because
Are they-
Lilo
'cause they
and
even-
Stitch is Disney, obviously.
Yeah,
So they can
They-
do that, but I don't know if they have like
I don't know.
they own Pixar, so I don't.
They
know.
do own Pixar.
It's possible they could make it work,
I'm scared.
like contract wise. It's not going to be good if they make
No.
that. It's not going to be good.
Okay,
I have
that-
two more things.
you have two more things. Okay.
Greta Thunberg got, she was on a flotilla, a freedom flotilla with like aid and heading to Gaza, right?
Okay.
Humanitarian aid, and she got kidnapped by Israel and brought to Israel, and then deported from Israel back to Sweden on a plane.
Okay.
They didn't
What
want the
what happened? Why?
why? Why did Israel do that?
Well, why did any of this happen in the first place?
So Greta
Excuse me.
Thunberg, she's an activist, right? You know
Well,
her?
right, yeah.
And she's been a critic of the the war crimes happening in Gaza, right?
Okay.
And so she wanted to make a highlight in the news about the breaking this what do you call it, like a blockade. They have a blockade around Gaza so that no food or water or like medical supplies can get into there.
Okay.
That Israel's been doing that, and so she wanted to go there, and she assumed that she was gonna get like detained or something,
Right.
And so she planned for that, and so she wanted to have it in the news cycle where it's like,
Oh, interesting.
she's like, look, they're not letting people have food.
So
and
she
water
wanted to make a story
Right.
about this blockade. Is that the point?
through like this activism, right?
Oh, okay.
And then Israel was like, I call your bluff, and then they actually kidnapped her in international waters, which is illegal. You can't do that in international waters.
Well, yeah.
She wasn't in Israel when they arrested her.
Well, yeah. Tell that to Scientology.
I don't know what you mean by that, Finn.
There's a huge flagship from Scientology. This is a huge rant, but there's a flagship of Scientology, and essentially, they have a boat out there, and
Is
they
this
just
in
kind of like.
Clearwater?
No, it's on international waters, and they pretty much do whatever because it's not under U.S. jurisdiction. So they just do like brainwash stuff. It's like a ton of like weird stuff that they do on international waters, because that's how they like brainwash you, and then they take you back to their Clearwater headquarters or the one in L.A. Rant aside,
Yeah.
continue.
So rant aside, this sucks. This is just kind of a sucky story. They didn't let the aid into Gaza, obviously.
Well, right,
Yeah.
I would have assumed.
And then they sent her back on a plane. So no, this is not a this. It is sort of concerning though that Israel was like this is like any other country did this, that would be like crazy, right?
Well, right, it would have been.
Because they have
Well,
like
it still
it's
is.
an
It's not
audacious.
like it is.
Yeah, it is. It's not like it's illegal,
Well,
internationally speaking, right? But it's sort of scary because it's a very audacious move to like kidnap a celebrity like this. Like,
Well, yeah,
celebrity in her.
But if anything, that just drew more attention to it. Like,
Yeah.
if anything, like this is kind of what
Us
you
talking
wanted.
about it.
This is exactly what you wanted. So,
And last thing, Palm Springs is a movie
Okay.
I watched last night.
okay,
So Palm Springs is.
Oh, this is what you wanted to talk
Shut
about.
up. Palm Springs is a wonderful picture. I give it a 10 out of 10. And
What you wanted to do?
shut up. I'm not joking. It has without any qualifiers, it is a full-hearted. I stole your gum.
You stole my gum.
Shut up. Is a full-hearted. Sorry. I fully endorse watching this movie. It is Palm Springs. Stars Andy Samberg. It is a rom-com. But get this. It's a rom-com where it is within a time loop. Like Groundhog Day.
Oh, I know the movie you're talking about.
Yeah, did you watch it?
Oh my god. No, I didn't watch it because I thought it was like...
No, it's really good.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't really feel like watching that kind of movie. I was going to call it dumb, and I knew you were going to, like, explode if I...
It's dumb as in terms of, like, a comedy is dumb, but I think it's actually... I think it's good commentary on, like, relationships. Like, especially for rom-coms, because sometimes they can be, whatever, cheesy. But this is a good one. It's well thought out plot. It's entertaining. It's funny, right? Andy Samberg is good in it. It has that one actress from The Penguin that I like. She's also in The Wolf of Wall Street. She's good. I give it a 10 out of 10. And it's like if someone made a movie for me. I love time loops. I love premises where they go back in time, forward in time. They get stuck in time. Love that stuff. Funny rom-com, dude. Buy me a ticket. Love it.
Okay, your favorite movie
is
Back to the Future.
It's on Hulu and Disney Plus.
I'm glad we got our 2 sponsorships in. Oh my god, we are 21 minutes.
I'm not sponsoring. I hate Hulu, dude.
We are 21 minutes.
It is a horrible watching
Oh
experience.
my god, we are 21 minutes in and we haven't even got.
Brother, you said do the taco thing, and I said it's a bad idea.
Okay.
You were so insistent on this stupid story. I said it was a bad idea.
Yeah, what about it?
And you did hey, did you know actually in Scientology they have a boat that goes into international
Yeah, I did that, and you brought up Palm Springs.
No, I had that planned though. That was a rant that you made up on the spot to interrupt me.
Yeah, why would we do
I
Palm
planned
Springs?
that.
Okay.
I watched that last night. It was good.
Okay.
It was good. It was more like the afternoon.
One of our main stories we're talking about today is the Trump and Musk-Elon relationship and how it expanded into this glorious, super, mega butterfly.
Beautiful wording, Phil.
Thank you. This is like an epic poem. This is like Homer's Odyssey. It is amazing. The train ride,
You're gonna want to put it on the screen.
Oh yeah, I guess I can do it.
It's a visual medium,
boys. Right.
Unless you're listening on Spotify. In that case, crash your car.
Okay. Yeah, but please don't advise the audience to crash the car.
Crash your car, watch Palm Springs.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's a good movie.
Okay, I got it. Alright, so if you haven't heard, which I would be surprised, because even Kanye got into this and he was like, boys. You're both our favorites. Please stop.
He stopped huffing Galaxy
It
Gas
wasn't
for a
Kanye,
second.
it was Ye.
Oh,
Sorry,
my bad.
Yeah, it was like his alter ego.
Stop dead naming him.
Sorry about that. It's not Kanye, it's Ye. He participated in it and he was like, guys, boys, I love you both. Please stop going after each other.
Stop fighting.
And it was amazing. It was super cool to see world famous, my favorite player, come in and referee this.
I love to see him fight,
It was really awesome.
I wish them the worst. It's the world's richest man versus the world's most powerful man. We couldn't ask for something better.
We couldn't, and
and we all knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I think everyone knew this was going to happen at some point.
They have too big of egos individually for them to actually work together.
Yeah, this is a bit of a spoiler.
We all knew they were going to break up.
Yeah, this was a bit of a spoiler. This is like in the romance of where like the boyfriend and the girlfriend break up and they have some time and then they like
Romeo and Juliet shit.
Yeah. It really is.
Now they just have to kill themselves. Sorry. Read the tweets, okay? I found this for you.
Yeah, I know you did. And if you haven't seen it, I don't know how. This is like, even I saw it, and I haven't been in this news cycle recently, so it started with, I thought Trump first posted something on Truth Social before this timeline, in which he was like, I might be revoked, or that might be down here.
I think there's...
That was down here, sorry.
Okay. So I think the way they... Here, let's go way back in time.
Okay.
Okay?
Whoa.
So this goes all the way back to that Wisconsin judicial race. Special judicial election.
This is like internet ancient history.
Yeah. This is like 40 news cycles.
Yeah.
So, Elon Musk, he like pretty openly states that I'm trying to buy this judicial election in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And everyone in Wisconsin says, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he looks like the biggest loser. And we all know...
He also wore a cheese head.
Yeah, he did wear a cheese head.
Yeah.
He looks like the biggest loser in politics for that week. And you know what Trump hates more than anything?
Being
losers.
Yeah.
And so I think from that... And they kind of had a little... And then like a week later, he was like, I'm going to be stepping back from the administration because stocks for Tesla are dropping. And so I think that's where they actually stopped. They kind of broke up. That's where I think this actually started.
Right. It was like their the Irish walkout, and he was like, "I can't do this anymore, Trump.
Yeah.
I love you, but I have to leave my homie behind."
I don't think after that point they loved each other.
No, I don't.
If we're being real,
think so. No, I feel like there was. I think it was after. It probably was after he walked away and he saw the big beautiful bill. Well, that might have just been something he just went after.
I think that was more of an additive thing.
That might have just been
so
that,
here's from Elon's perspective. Their professional relationship severs from that point onward, and I don't think they ever really had that good of a personal relationship.
Well,
because they both have massive egos. They both think they're the most important person in each room that they are in. So that's sort of bad when they're in the same room.
Yeah, well, specifically him and ketamine, but yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Elon Musk is a ketamine addict, right? And Donald Trump doesn't even drink alcohol. He's straight edge.
Really?
Yeah, he is. And he likes people, and he likes handsome men. Donald Trump loves handsome men. He likes newscasters. He likes people that dress nicely. Elon Musk is the opposite of all those things, and he's a ketamine addict, openly.
Yeah.
So I don't think he ever really liked Elon Musk. Elon Musk might have liked Trump, but Trump never really liked Elon Musk. So that's the professional relationship was shot from the beginning.
Yeah. Well,
or personal relationship.
Yeah.
And then the professional is done.
And then after that, he talked about the big beautiful bill and how that thing sucked and it was terrible. And it was the worst thing he's ever seen. And we'll get into that in just a second.
And that's because of the EV supplements. Or not the supplements, the subsidies getting cut.
Yeah. So out of nowhere, he goes, whatever. Keep the EV solar incentive cuts in the bill. Even though no oil and gas subsidies are touched. Very unfair! ! But dish the mountain of disgusting pork in the bill. Oh my god.
Yeah. He's becoming kosher.
You also realize pork is like his favorite word, I guess.
Okay, he was high, Finn.
Maybe he just loves pork.
Hey, little bit of a spoiler. He's definitely high on ketamine while he's writing this.
He went full ballistic.
That gap between 1219 and 1246. Okay, read.
Okay, so this is all in one day. I didn't even realize. I thought this was over like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
This is all one day. So
one night.
That was at 12/19. He said that on the big beautiful bill, and he wanted to cut away the big beautiful bill. He said it was awful.
He's starting his crash out he's starting his crash out like pretty tame. This is the same stuff he said on that interview. This is no surprise.
And then 30 minutes later, he said, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate."
Such ingratitude.
Oh my, ingratitude. Yeah. Oh my god.
I think that's his feeling after the bill. He's like, wait a second, I bought you this election.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How dare you screw me over financially?
Yeah. And this big beautiful bill, he's giving me too much money. I can't be having that. I already have. I'm already the richest person in the world.
He probably
and my stocks have gone down by 500%.
If we're being honest, I think his personal wealth might actually go down if the bill does pass, though, for very specific reasons.
Well,
obviously he's not getting taxed as much, right? That's obvious, right?
Well, yeah, he's literally refusing money for himself.
Yeah, but then without the EV subsidies, his most of Elon Musk's personal assets isn't liquid. He has most of it in Tesla stock.
Well,
everything about the world's richest man is attached to one stock.
Yeah.
So if Tesla stock crashes like it is, that actively affects his bottom line.
Yeah.
his personal finances. I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, yeah. He also said that he would have won the election Trump would have lost the election rather.
Yeah.
If they didn't, if it wasn't for him, which duh, it's the most obvious statement, and it's not like a bash or anything. It's just
it's more openly it's open corruption, I guess, is what it is.
Yeah, it's not open. Well,
he's being more open about it.
Yeah,
we all kind of knew.
He was just bro, I drained my $256 million into your pocket. He's
like, I deserve this,
Yeah, I gave you this win.
He sees the president as an investment, I suppose.
I guess.
And then a little over an hour later.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, and then he gives the most dumb guy take ever.
He got sober for 40 minutes, and then he was like, all right, I gotta hop back on that ketamine and make another post. Is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? Which, this is the most...
dumb guy take. This is a podcast take, Finn.
Oh my god, I just dropped the mic.
Wow.
Sorry about that. That's probably like a nuke going off. Whoops.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut that out.
We might have to cut that.
We're gonna have to cut you out of the podcast.
But this is the most
This is stupid.
Nothing. Nothing.
He's wrong. If we're talking political science, he's wrong, right? This isn't a very good take.
To create a new, because Democrats, for what it's worth, I feel like they've definitely steered away from what the party was wanting to represent, which is mainly the main people in the middle.
I don't think that. I think over decades the Democrats have moved to more center to everything.
Well,
and the Republicans have moved more right.
They've moved more right.
So if he's right, if what he's saying is true, where 80% of Americans are actually centrists and are in the middle, then the Democratic Party should have won. They should have had 80% of the vote, but they didn't. So that would suggest that most people are not in the middle, right?
I
don't know why we're dissecting.
We're dissecting this one. Okay,
he's stupid. Okay,
that's the bottom line. And then Trump, not even an hour later, he couldn't take a couple tweets on Twitter, I suppose, and then he tweets on Truth Social. Yeah. So because I think that's the only social media he actually has, which is his app.
Are you sure he's still not on? He's not on Twitter? I guess not after this.
Well, yeah, probably not after this.
I thought he would still be on Twitter after Elon bought it, right? Because it's so right wing.
Well, right,
but who knows? Yeah. This was on Truth though.
This was on Truth Social. He said the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Okay,
he's
cool.
just doubling down. He's like, I'm going to cut your subsidies.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to say, Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandates, and that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do. And he just went crazy.
This is the most, baseline... It's so, unrefined, the way he, talks. It's... He doesn't use meaningful words in anything he says. It's so dumbed down, and it makes me sad.
I mean, what are you expecting? I guess, right?
And I get. He's like.
Are you disappointed? Are you disappointed?
Okay. I just. It's crazy that the president of our sacred United States is talking like.
This is a recession indicator.
I guess. It's like he's lost. It's like he got through 5th grade education, vocabulary wise, and that's all he knows. It's just.
It isn't very. Okay, there's not much substance we can talk about this, because I'm not gonna argue the merits of EV mandates.
Okay, well, yeah,
EV subsidies. I guess
it's just dumb. Okay,
right. But what he's saying here, what he's presenting here is, that Elon should have known from the beginning that this was going to happen. And to be fair, he really should have known. Trump is even on the campaign, he was very staunchly pro oil and stuff. Yeah. So anyone should have seen this coming, if we're being honest.
Well, right. And then Elon Musk goes big baby mode, and he's like, time to drop the real big bomb. Donald Trump's in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they haven't been made public. Have a nice day, Donald.
DJT.
DJT, yes.
Man,
and this shocked me. Okay. At first glance, this is shocking, but
Right.
also
Not really.
I think to a lot of I think to a lot of people after they read it for like the 5th time, you're like, that's not very surprising.
We're like, wait a second. You mean the guy? Wait, you mean the guy that took a photo with him that said openly that he's my best friend? That Epstein's
partied
my
with
best
him.
friend.
Yeah.
Is on the flight logs, and the guy who refused to release the full flight logs to the public is on there. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's,
What do you?
That's a little weird.
It is funny though how fast Elon Musk hit. Like he immediately went to the pedophile button.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to mention this. It's not like it makes Elon like a good person either. Like it still makes him a terrible person.
Not only does it mean he worked with
a guy
pedophile
he knew.
And he kept working with him, and he said really nice things at the last time he was at the White House. But also, his brother's on the is like went to Epstein's Island. Like we know that he went to Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It's not a good thing for him to focus on Epstein like this, because not only does it throw his brother under the bus, it also throws him personally under the bus.
It's crazy that it's also not the first thing that he said in this argument chain either. Like, it's not even the first thing when he got really mad. It's not the first thing he threw out to the public that he's in the Epstein files. It's just like, it was something that if it didn't go this far, that he was just gonna throw his hands like, you know what, nobody needs to know that
this was like
Trump was
days
in
after he left.
This was literally, and
after he officially left.
Crazy. And then Trump, you can't really defend it if you're in it. He was like, I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion, and the biggest tax cut ever given. If this bill doesn't pass, there will be a 68% tax increase. In which, he says this like a threat, but like, it's a good thing. It's like, we kind of need it. We kind of need the tax, well, specifically on the upper level. The fact that, billionaires are being taxed less than just like normal working people is actually crazy. But if there's a 68% tax increase, that's mainly going to be on like the upper echelon, and then the people on the the very, very bottom are gonna, get more money because everyone's being taxed more, because on the newest tax cuts that he's bringing, it's literally gonna undercut the lowest 20 or 10% of our country.
It's gonna increase the taxes for like the lowest 5%, but it's gonna make them a little bit more
poor.
Yeah, it's gonna increase their taxes by a little bit more, and then it disproportionately does not help even the second wealthiest bracket.
No, it's
like
super
you would
dumb.
have to actually be a billionaire to actually want this.
It's crazy. And then Elon goes and he retweets his biggest lover on Twitter, Ian Miles. If you've seen this guy, I don't know why, but this guy, he loves him. He's praying at the temple of Mr. Musk.
He knows he has so many guys like that still.
He does have a lot of guys. But this guy, I've always seen him. He's always retweeting Elon's posts, and he's like, "Oh man, my gracious leader."
Gluck.
No, go. I don't know why this guy loves him so much. But he said, President versus Elon, who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached, and J.D. Vance should replace him. If I'm being honest, when I first saw that, and I was like, okay, when Trump first got elected, and I was like, what if Trump miraculously left office or something crazy? Would I really want J.D. Vance as president? No, I don't think he's going to be that much better.
Yeah.
I don't think that'd be really that good.
This is why I'm not pro-assassination. Because then J.D. Vance is president.
Yeah, I don't really want that. And Elon Musk just says yes.
I mean, he's gonna. Maybe you could make an argument that he's a less unifying force for the Republicans, but
I guess
I don't want to see. I don't want to see President J.D.
President J.D. I don't want that. It's just gonna be icky, and It's not here
Yeah.
also, but Elon Musk posted that he would be taking away the Dragon space after. Okay, so Trump said he would be taking away all his money for like SpaceX, and then Elon Musk was like, "Try me," and that was literally all he said.
Bet, yeah.
He said, "Bet, come on,
Yeah.
come after me." And then after that, he posted that he would be decommissioning the Dragon spacecraft, which brings astronauts to the space station. So,
Okay, man.
astronauts that are up on the space station,
Hey, wait, you mean he doesn't care about people? That's crazy.
like,
He also says the
Let's-
Trump's tariffs will cause a recession the second half of the year.
which I
Well,
don't.
who
it's
could have
the
guessed,
most-
man?
Yeah,
What a
it's-
take.
Yeah,
And then he which one did he deleted the Epstein one, right?
he deleted quite a few of his posts.
So he's sobered up by it. He's after a week he's sobered up, I guess.
Yeah. So he's like decommissioning spacecrafts that he didn't like, or like he was saying, come after me, Trump. You're in the Epstein files and whatever.
And now he's immediately backtracking.
Yeah, and then he sobered up, and then I saw this was the stupidest thing. I was on Twitter when this was all happening, and I saw he reposted this, and a guy on Twitter, and it was a reply, and he was like, "Yo, dude, can you like chill out for a hot second?" And he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm good boy now. We won't be decommissioning the Dragon spacecraft anymore." It was some guy on Twitter, and he was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm back to good boy status.
It's weird how much
I won't be doing this anymore."
he has such the personality of a gooner, and it's incredible. It's incredible how much time he spends online. How it's like what if like Rockefeller was like this? What if Rockefeller was like brain rot? That's what Elon Musk is. The richest man in the world. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stephen, you don't have to be smart to be rich.
You don't have.
You could be rich, Finn.
Okay, bro, that's crazy.
You're big enough of a dumbass.
Okay. Crazy that this man is like this. Insane.
Yeah. So their relationship is shot.
So yeah, but we have
is he gonna deport Elon Musk?
He did say he might do that. He also said that
That would be good.
if he goes over and supports. He did say if he goes over and supports Democrats, there will be very bad consequences.
Was it Elon Musk that threatened to support the Democrats? Was that did he start
no?
that?
He didn't.
Trump said that.
Trump said if he does support the Democrats, there will be very bad consequences.
I hope he doesn't support the Democrats because they're gonna lose an election.
Yeah, in the midterm.
He is poison.
He is. Yeah, he really is poison.
You know who would? He's probably gonna take Elon's help. Chuck Schumer.
Chuck
like
Schumer.
Not even joking. In his like senatorial race next midterm, he's gonna be like, and he's gonna walk onto stage with like Elon Musk, be like,
really.
Stop.
Yeah. Look at this! I'm getting so much money so that I can please stay in office. So I please don't let me go back out of here.
There's
please
no one I know better for fighting Donald Trump than Elon Musk, and then no one claps. No one likes him.
Nobody likes him. No.
No one in the Democrat Party likes him. No normal person likes him either.
Yeah, and after all, and for what it's worth, we do have a resolution. We have a reconciliation that they went too far. Musk says he regrets some of his posts about Trump, and he's like, he got off the ketamine for just a couple hours, and he's like, you know what? I kind of regret some of that. President said he was not a happy camper when they Tesla chief executive.
He wasn't a happy camper.
Trump said that Elon was not a happy camper, and that is the most
so
like.
I guess this whole story isn't serious. No, it's not.
It's like it's dumb. Yeah, and he said he sobered up for a little bit, and he was saying Trump had said he went a little crazy. He went a little crazy. He was not a happy camper, and that was it. That's literally it. And he was like, and Elon's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I was a little nuts. I took a little bit too much ketamine on that one day. I apologize. He also said he also regrets only some of his posts. So I'm assuming the Epstein one he was like, well, that is true.
He's leaving it open, I guess.
Yeah.
But he deleted the Epstein one.
He deleted most of them.
Yeah.
If not all of them.
That and a lot of them. The other
Yeah.
ones.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's gonna reignite again, but
I don't think it is.
I don't know. We'll see. He's not gonna be working with Trump anymore, obviously.
Well, right. Well, yeah. I think that's
pretty clear.
done. If it would be so funny if in like next year we find like Elon and Trump like doing like love letters or something like that to him, like Russia does to Putin, or Russia does to Putin. Okay,
Ooh,
Trump does to Putin.
You suck. Get out of the picture.
Okay. Hey, I think that'd be a really good turnaround. I think that'd be a really good like romantic tale. That'd be really good to continue the story.
That was a nice silly start to the podcast.
Well, and also
It's
like close to the end, yeah. And then LA protests in LA against ICE raids.
Yes. So let's break it down from the start. As of recording this, we are in, I believe, the 5th or 6th day of LA protests.
Yep.
So this starts with
I know nothing about this.
I know you know nothing about
okay.
this. Oh, he's only been covering the Elon.
The Trump because I thought that was really funny.
Because you're deeply unserious.
Okay. I thought it was cool. All I've seen from this is that I saw some protesters outside a nice thing. What was that? Why are you trying
my mic.
That's not your mic.
Okay, buy me a mic.
I know, I have to buy another mic. But all I've seen is that protesters were... You turned off the mic. Why did you
Why
do
is that the button?
What do you mean, why is that the button?
The button is on the top of the mic.
Yeah,
why is it on the top of the mic?
Okay, this doesn't matter. I saw protesters outside of an ICE car, or an ICE, like, van, and I saw them burning a Waymo, and that's all I know.
Okay. So he's been watching Fox News a lot, that's why.
What? Oh my god.
He's only been hearing blonde women complain about burning Waymos and
Okay.
graffiti and stuff.
Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry. So this begins with the ICE raids in LA. LA is a sanctuary city, which means that's not really... They're not supposed to do raids in ICE. ICE isn't supposed to do raids in LA.
Oh, okay.
California's a sanctuary state. They're not supposed to deport immigrants like this.
Okay.
So that's why a lot of this is like the community's upset, obviously, right?
Yeah.
No surprise.
Of course.
No surprise. So people are upset. Their neighbors are being arrested. Their family members. So they start protesting. Right? They've been doing this for a few days, but every single day there's been an escalation on the part of the government. So first day 2, LA mayor is like, this is egregious. For the federal government, like with ICE, to be coming into our city like this, and Gavin Newsom is currently suing Donald Trump over the federalization of the California National Guard, right? So what's happening is, and they recently deployed Marines. So the Marines and the National Guard, the federalized National Guard, are the federal troops. They're protecting the federal buildings in LA right now. So they're just standing up. The main what should I say, like the main agitation is coming from LAPD right now. They're the ones spraying tear gas and shooting reporters. And I think this is sort of hard to describe without seeing, right? So would you mind getting that one video of the
What one?
do that.
Which one? This one?
No, do the other one first.
This one?
No, wait, no. Okay, yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
we
you
can
share that?
go over this just for a second.
Yeah, this is a clip to give an overview from.
Which one is it? This one.
Yeah. Zoom in. Full screen.
Immigration raids in Los Angeles entered their 4th day after a chaotic weekend. President Trump deployed the National Guard to put down demonstrations over the objections of state and local officials.
I don't want to go through
And
all
late
of
today,
this.
700 active duty U.S. Marines have.
Union leader David Huerta charged with obstructing
arrested
police during an ICE raid last week. This after a tumultuous weekend when thousands of people flooded the downtown. Some blocked off a major highway, set fire to driverless cars, and threw rocks at police officers, while police responded with tear gas, rubber bullets, flashbangs, and arrests. LA police have declared all of downtown an unlawful assembly area, and the debate over the response rages.
Some of the things you're reading about in Los
Yeah, I don't care about those.
Here.
I think that is...
Let's do that one interview and then we can cut out.
Here?
No, we're like just right there. Just play it.
Afternoon, who marched onto a portion of the highway stopping traffic.
This is us saying you can't do this. We won't let you separate children from their families, and we're gonna fight back.
Police in
Okay.
Okay. So
Oh, yeah, and this is one of the Oh yeah, this is the Waymo.
This is the Waymo.
This was
That's
the
the
thing I
one
saw.
Waymo they burned. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they burned a couple cars.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of Waymos.
Yeah, they burned a couple cars. Yeah.
So that's okay, and there's been a bit of a switch up from the LA mayor as of late. Her biggest statement on the whole protest situation. She said the protest situation in LA is crazy. That was her thumbnail. That was her clickbait. Sorry. She was like complaining about the graffiti and the burning of the Waymos, right? Which I think at this moment is inappropriate, you know? Okay. Because the greater issue here is that people are getting taken away from their families and stuff. This is on the fault of the federal government with ICE. And the escalation is further. The escalation of the protests is also sort of on the fault of LAPD here, you know? Because if they weren't there, they probably wouldn't be burning Waymos. Let's be honest. They wouldn't be agitated like this.
I think it's on part of like how the government and LAPD are all handling this, sending armed guards and like all of that, and Trump also saying that he wanted to go liberate. He wanted to go liberate the city. Like that's not what you want to be doing when you're trying to do it.
It's very authoritarian. I mean, it's blatantly authoritarian, right? This is like dictator stuff, right? And it's more of a scary thing when you think about what happens when he starts doing this in other cities, right? Because like if he can do this in the largest city in the U.S., he can do this like in like Low Country or Florida or Texas, or somewhere in the Midwest or in Chicago or whatever. Or New York.
Well, right, but it's just escalated so fast to a point where
I think on the ground, I think it looks scarier on the news than on the ground from what I've heard, because I've been watching a lot of on ground reporting where it's sort of like the most they've been doing is tear gas, which is not it tear gas? Yeah, pepper spray, tear gas,
pepper spray,
and rubber bullets,
flashbangs, rubber bullets.
Yeah. They've been sniping from the top of the federal building in LA.
Really?
They've been sniping rubber bullets. Yep. They say they mainly shoot at people's feet, but that's not true. I saw one guy who got shot. He got interviewed. He got shot like riding his bike past them. They just shot him. He wasn't doing anything.
I'll show this real quick too.
And rubber bullets can like pierce the skin, so that sucks.
Yeah. So right here there was another. He got straight up shot.
And he aimed.
Yeah. And you can see the guy.
He aimed.
Our Spotify users probably won't, it's not like they'll be able to see this.
We can't do anything about that.
But the officer on the very left, he's like searching for a target, and then he finds the reporter, and then quick scopes her ankle.
Like no reason.
No, I don't know why.
Yeah, and she's clearly press. She's clearly. She's clearly a reporter.
Yeah.
He did that on purpose.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Actually insane.
It's like they're aiming for press, you know?
And
they're
this
trying.
Is not how we should be handling this. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, this is probably the scariest thing of the Trump admin so far, if we're being honest. That and the deportation.
It's
connected.
This is
really bad.
Yeah.
I don't think, and this is still an ongoing thing. There's still protests happening as we're recording this right now. So we don't know how this is going to end, but
no.
A lot of this is all very much unjustified on the part of the government, both the local government, that's LA, and also the federal government, obviously.
Well, yeah. And yeah, you can kind of put blame on the protesters, but
I think under most circumstances, blaming protesters is usually the wrong thing to do.
I'm saying you could, because they shouldn't be going out and doing so much burning cars, going against government, because I saw
but it's a bad argument, right? Because
it's not a good argument.
Because
they are in the right. Their purpose is to go against ICE raids, which are obviously unjustified and illegal.
And I know there's not a right way to protest where it's not obstructive, right? Because a protest has to inherently be obstructive. When you complain oh, the protesters are on the road, What are you kidding me? The cops are blocking the road too, and they have to. That's how you protest.
Yeah.
And this sort of reaction is unfortunately like a normal thing you see in U.S. history, like back in the civil rights protest, where they just try and stifle people's like freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is, really.
Yeah. I think that's all we have, though.
Oh, nope. I have another thing.
You have another thing?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's make it quick.
This is... Don't tell me to make it quick.
Hey,
with your messy hair.
Okay.
Get a haircut.
I'm getting a haircut today, okay?
Slob.
Okay, this guy, bro.
Welcome to Dylan's election highlight. Ooh.
Okay. Come on.
So, for those not in the know, which is probably most people, because this is a very nerdy thing for me.
And me.
This is no, you don't know either.
Yeah.
You're just not as good as me, nerd. So I want to take a little time to have a little highlight on the New York mayoral Democratic primaries. So current mayor Eric Adams, he is running. I'll get to it actually. I won't. He's not running on the Democratic ticket. So they're having the primaries currently for the New York mayor.
Okay.
To run on the Democratic ticket for the New York mayor.
Okay.
So here are the head runners. Actually, just play the one of the clips I sent you on Discord.
All right. Which one?
Here, scroll up. The second one first, and
This one?
yeah. So this is a clip from the debate from the. Pause it. So this is a clip from the debate that they had between all of the different.
Really loud. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't President Trump target you?
All of the different candidates running in the Democratic primary for the mayor.
And by extension, target New Yorkers. You have 1 minute.
President Trump will target whomever is the next mayor of this city. President Trump even targeted his, in many ways, accomplice, Mayor Eric Adams, who has collaborated with the Trump administration at almost every opportunity. And still, in the midst of that collaboration, we saw that New Yorkers are being taken off the streets in their apartment building lobbies. We have $80 million being taken out of our city bank account. So I don't think there's any question that there's any mayor here that will be free from being attacked by Donald Trump. What's more important, however, is that we have a mayor who will actually fight back. And that's what I will do. I am Donald Trump's worst nightmare as a progressive Muslim immigrant who actually fights for the things that I believe in. And the difference between myself and Andrew Cuomo is that my campaign is not funded by the very billionaires who put Donald Trump in D.C. I don't have to pick up the phone from Bill Ackman or Ken Langone. I have to pick up the phone for the more than 20,000 New Yorkers who contributed an average donation of about $80 to break fundraising records and put our campaign in second place.
Okay, Mr. Mamdani, thank you. Mr. Cuomo, you want to respond?
So that was Zoran Mamdani. He is the second place right now in the polling for the Democratic primary in New York.
Is Cuomo first?
Cuomo is Andrew Cuomo, former New York governor, former governor of New York State, is currently in first.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to clarify, for New York mayoral elections, they have a ranked choice voting system.
Oh, okay.
So it is very much possible for the person in second place to win, because if enough people rank him second, that means he would have more votes through the different choices. I'm not going to explain ranked choice voting to you, but you can Google that for the audience.
Okay. Okay.
First place is Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo is corrupt as hell. His name recognition is the main thing that's keeping him in first in the polls right now.
Well, yeah.
Because Cuomo is a very well-known name in New York politics, and also he was the governor. If you probably don't know this, he resigned from the governorship early because of sexual misconduct.
Really?
Yeah, he's a sex pest is the thing.
Okay.
He kept on sexually harassing every woman that worked for him.
This is Cuomo, by the way.
This is Andrew Cuomo on the screen. Yeah,
so
that's
he's like
him.
the super old dude. Okay.
Yeah. And what else do I have? Former governor. Oh, he was also the former HUD secretary under Obama.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
he did not do a good job
Yeah,
because we still
probably
have a
not.
housing crisis, and they still have a housing crisis in New York. So everyone's giving him shit for it. Did nothing about did nothing about the housing crisis. Resigned governor office in scandal. Standard Crow Democrat with the rest of his politics. He's a very standard Democrat, other than the fact that he's really corrupt.
And, bad.
Yeah. And yeah.
Okay. Ow.
Zoran Mondani, on the other hand, I wrote notes on each one. He's a state assembly member.
Mm-hmm.
He a self-proclaimed socialist / progressive. He believes in a rent freeze in New York City.
This guy right here?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
That's
second
him.
place, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He believes in a rent freeze, which is just a freeze on increasing the rent in New York, which would be good for a lot of people.
That would be really good, yeah.
He believes in public grocery stores. He has less name recognition because he was a state assemblyman and the other guy was a governor.
Mm-hmm.
And he was currently endorsed by AOC.
He's endorsed by AOC?
He's endorsed by AOC.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Nice.
I don't know if you hear any favoritism in my voice. I have another clip. I would like. There's another clip from this same debate. This is a good debate, by the way. It's very fun.
Good debate. Okay.
Yeah, it was. Most of it was.
This one?
Yeah, most of it was just all the other candidates using Cuomo as a punching bag. Because one, he's in first, and he also sucks.
Yeah. Why? But did he do a good thing or something?
Did Cuomo do a good thing?
No. Like in this.
As a Democratic candidate who
There's just
want
a
to be
funny
the next
part.
mayor of New York squared off.
And while they disagreed on topics
You might
like
wanna skip
immigration
through it. Yeah,
and
okay.
affordable
Back.
Grandmothers around Andrew Cuomo. That's the
more
greatest
back.
threat to public.
From leaders within our
Cuomo.
having trusted the leaders within our own party, leaders like Andrew Cuomo.
From almost the first moment of this chaotic debate,
The people who don't feel safe are young women, mothers, and grandmothers around Andrew Cuomo. That's the greatest threat to public safety in New York City.
it was open season.
It's not only that Andrew Cuomo lied to Congress,
Oh my God,
which is
everyone hates
perjury.
Cuomo.
He
Okay,
also
yeah.
lied to
Really?
the grieving families whose loved ones he sent into those nursing homes to protect
I didn't
his
even
$5 million.
I didn't even mention his biggest scandal. So when he was governor of New York during COVID, he had a book deal going on.
A what?
He had a book deal.
Okay.
He had a book deal about like being the governor of New York where COVID like started in the US. And he had a book deal.
Okay.
And
Okay.
to protect that deal, he wanted to keep death tolls low, right?
Okay.
So the way that it worked in the data collection is that you have to be in the hospital and die of COVID for that to count as a death toll number in New York. So what he did was he moved a lot of COVID patients from the hospitals to nursing homes with a bunch of old people in them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people's grandparents died because they were around people with COVID.
Yeah.
Jay Slat's grandma died.
Really?
That's what that's true. His grandma died during COVID because of Andrew Cuomo putting COVID patients in her nursing home. So there's a lot of people. The problem with Andrew Cuomo's campaign right now, if we're talking politics, is that there's a lot of more people that feel nothing about him and just know his name, and then there are people that hate him so much.
Yeah.
Like hate him so much because they killed their grandparents. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing more personal you could do to someone.
Yeah.
As a
that's-
politician.
It's not good.
Yeah. And he can't live that down. Right? Like you can't.
Well, yeah.
You can't sweep that under the rug.
No.
So what the race is going to look like. So here's my prediction, right? Here's what I think. This is what I want to happen. This is also what I think is likely to happen.
Yeah.
Zoran Mamdani wins the primaries. He becomes the official Democratic candidate for the mayoral race. This is not a sure thing, obviously. It's still the election. The primary is still happening. That's early voting is going to happen on the 14th in 3 more days of recording this.
Okay.
So that's still in the long future when the actual election for the primaries is.
Right.
But that's early voting.
Okay.
So that's my prediction. Mamdani wins, but Cuomo runs as a third-party candidate, which is very easy to do for mayoral elections in New York for some reason.
Okay.
And then Eric Adams also runs as a third-party candidate. You might notice that he wasn't at this debate because he's not running as a Democrat. He's not going to win no matter what he does.
Well, right.
Yeah.
'Cause everything that's happened to him so far, yeah.
And then there's going to be one Republican candidate. So worst-case scenario is that Democrats split the vote and a Republican becomes mayor of New York. So usually, if it wasn't for Eric Adams and the potential of Andrew Cuomo running third party, the Democratic primaries for the mayor of New York would be the only race that matters, because they're not gonna. They don't. It's not very common for you to elect a Republican in New York City. You know, there's not more Democrat place than you could think of for politics.
Yeah.
So, just a little. I think that's I'd like to. I wanted to highlight that because I think that's a little bit more of a hopeful story, right, for politics.
Okay. Now we have a potential.
And we have a good candidate at running.
We have a really Seems like we have a really good candidate to be running.
Sorry. And that's gonna happen because the Democratic primaries doesn't end until June 24th, and then the actual mayoral election isn't until November 4th. Wow. So that race is gonna be happening for a while. And I think that's all.
I think that's it. Okay. Nice. Yeah. We're done.
So we only went a little over.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Probably because of that yapping you did.
I did. That wasn't on me, man. That's not me.
Went through every single Elon tweet. You're glazing them. Guys, I don't know if you've heard of this new phrase. It's called taco.
You brought up, whatever, spring something.
I prepared that. I put that in the notes app that you don't check. So if you wanted it gone, you should have put it in the notes app. And you should have said, I don't want this. I don't want to talk about this.
You were going to talk about it anyway.
You allowed me to talk about Lilo and Stitch remake. But you have a problem with it. With Palm Springs, a very good movie, by the way.
Yeah, because you're just glazing.
It's a good glazing. Okay, you're. I'm not gonna say that. You're glazing. Okay. You're glazing Elon Musk, and I'm just glazing a good movie, and like that's not fair, Finn. That's not equal, you know.
Oh my god.
It's not an equal and balanced response. Just like LAPD, dude. Come on.
Oh my god. Okay.
He's got the tear gas, guys. Oh my god. He's freaking. He's crashing out.
Oh my god.
He's got the ketamine. He's got the ketamine pipe out. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm not doing this right.
Is ketamine a pipe thing or is it like a syringe? I'm just wondering because you're doing it right now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.